welcome to my channel and welcome back to my subscribers. Thank you always for all of your support here on YouTube, in the Etsy store, and in the Facebook junk journaling groups. So today I want to use index cards to make some junk journal inserts, some writing spots that you can create and put into your junk journal. So let's get started. Okay, so I have this digital here that I've used in a few ways. One of the ways that I have used it is I have run it through the embossing machine, and let me show you the one that I used if you're interested in using that one. This is Tim Holtz 3D texture fades, and the number is 664172. So after things came out of the embossing machine, I then used the, where is my vintage? I used the vintage photo, and I just brushed over the areas that were embossed. Okay, so after I did the distressing, I then cut it down to 2 1/8 by 3 5/8. So let me set that aside. We are going to use that. Then I have paper that I printed on both sides, and I'm going to turn this into a trifold. And it is, originally it was fully 7 1/8. You could see that I cut a little bit off on the end. So it's a hair short of 7 1/8, and it is 7 1/8 by 3 3/4. And as always, I tell you when you're doing a trifold to just cut a hair off on the end so that when you fold it, it is flat and it's not buckling. So that's why I took a little hair off. I took a little hair off on the end. Okay, so where did I score? I scored at 2 3/8, and I scored again at 4 3/4. I did some distressing. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to kind of do a little bit of layering. So I want to put this on top here on this first side. And then what I want to do is I'm probably going to add my little snowflake that I've cut out, die cut snowflake. And then I made this little word using the Scrabble pieces. And I will show you how to do this. Okay, so I'm probably going to lay this here. And I have the bow that that's been put together, and I'm probably going to lay this. Let me just fold this in. So I'm probably going to place my bow here. I don't want to glue anything down until I'm pretty happy with the layout. So I'm probably going to put my bow here. I might move my snowflake down just a little bit more. And then I'm probably going to stick a word there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I think I'm going to get these things glued down, and then we'll come back and we'll work on the inside and on the back.
Let's take a quick look at putting the Scrabble tile together and putting the charm on the bow.
I used the original tacky glue to glue the letters onto a piece of cardstock, and once things were dry, I used the scissors to cut off the excess cardstock. And then I distressed the bottom edge so that there wouldn't be any white sticking out. I put the jump ring in the ribbon, and from there I'm putting on, this is going to be the front of the bow, so I want to make sure I hook things on in such a way so that the front of the charm is facing forward. So I'm going to put that this way, and then I will close up the jump ring using the flat nose and the round nose pliers. Okay, so now I used, because this is really heavy, I used some glue dots to glue it onto the paper, and then the Joy Scrabble tiles, they were already glued to some paper. So I used some of the Barely Art precision craft glue, and just as a safety net, I used a little bit of the tacky glue, but the Barely Art glue, it sets pretty quickly, and that's what I wanted, a fast set. So let's turn this over. It's still drying. Now on this side, if we want folks to be able to do some writing,
You can do some writing on the middle and right panels,
but you're not going to be able to do writing on something that's so lumpy. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this over here a pocket instead. Okay, so let me give you the dimensions for the pocket, and we'll use this space here to do some writing on some index cards. Okay, so let me show you what I did with the index cards and give you the measurements for that and the measurements for this. Okay, so let me set that aside. Okay, so this little pocket piece right here, it is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. So that we are going to stick here, and let me do a little notch out here. So I'm using a 1-inch hole punch, and I'm going to try to get in the center as much as possible. And I'm not going to worry too much because, you know, it's just to give you a demonstration, so I'm not going to really aim for perfection. So I lose some of my ink, so I'm going to re-ink that, and then I'm just going to glue on 3 edges, and I want to move my scoreboard over just for 1 second because I don't want glue on it. Okay. And the Barely Art glue, it sets very quickly. Okay, so that's our pocket that we can stuff things in. And then now let me show you what I did with the index cards. Okay, so with the index cards, your typical index card is going to be a 5 by 3. What I did was I cut off a 1/2 of an inch, so that gave me 4.5 by 3. And then I'm left with these 2 pieces. And then the next thing I did was I got my corner rounder. Okay, so I got my corner rounder, and then I used this edge here. And I just rounded all 4 sides, right, to form like a little panel. And then you're going to do your distressing around the edges, okay? So let me put this away. So essentially each panel will be 2 1/4 inches by 3, okay? Each panel, again, 2 1/4 inches by 3. And you're just going to add your glue along the edges. And I'm doing this very quickly because it's just a demonstration. So I'm not really aiming for perfection. And I'm going to try to center this left and right, top and bottom as best as I can. And I'll say that that is good enough for now. You get the idea. And I'm going to do the same thing with another. And you'll try to line these up as best as you can. And I'm not going to worry too much about perfection because it's just a demonstration video. Okay, so, and then you can take some of your labels and you can decorate things with your labels. So I'll just pop in a few. So we have the ugly sweater. This Barely Art glue, it really dries quickly, so you definitely have to position it as best as you can the first time around. And then again, you know, you can put more labels and things if you want to put a few snowflakes to decorate. So I think I'll go with some snowflakes. And I'm not going to aim for perfection. It's just to demonstrate. Okay, so we have this right here that we need to put something on, and we have right here that we need to put something on. Okay, so I have cut out some pockets, and let me give you the measurements for the pockets. What I might do is I might take a hair off on the end, because I see almost a little bit of a lip, I think. So I might cut a hair off on the end, but let me give you the measurements. And this is what you'll do when you're putting these things together. You follow the measurements and then you see where you need to perhaps take a hair off of things. So this is 2 3/8 by 2 inches. Okay. So a pocket is going to go here, and then a pocket is going to go here. Now remember, this is the one where we took a little bit off on the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hair off on this, and I'll take a hair off on the other so that everything is aligning as best as it can. And then I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so I've cut these down a little bit. If I had to do this all over again, what I would probably do is before cutting out the notch, I would do my placement, make sure that if I do need to cut a hair off, that I cut the hair off on the edges, and then do the placement, and then if everything looks like it's going to line up well, then do the then do the notch out. Okay, so let's see, let me get this one distressed. A little bit on the end there. Okay, and I lost a little bit on my sides here. Okay, so I have one to go here, and I think that's going to fit and work out well. And then I have the one to go over here, and I think that's going to fit and work out well.
Next, we can add some embellishments, some labels.
Okay, so now we have these pockets that we're going to just put a few things into. We have a pocket here. We can put a tag here in it, and folks can do some journaling on the back. We have another pocket back here. We can put a journaling tag in as well. And then we have the pocket here. So we have this little trifold junk journal insert. Okay, and you will keep it shut by just using a simple paper clip. And you'll tuck the paper clip behind the bow. And then on the other side, the paper clip is keeping the tag in place. So that's it. If you like this video, please hit the like button, please share, and please subscribe. Take care and have a great week. Bye-bye.